everybody. We are back again. We are jonesing for some college football.
And it's coming in about a month.
We are 30-ish days, probably less than 30 by the time this video goes out, days away from Tennessee college football. Go Vols. So we want to do a little special Tennessee Volunteer preview of what's coming up this year, just to talk about it. Talk about the team. Talk about how we think it's going to go this year.
Now, first off, let's start with Josh Heupel. How do you think he'll get his team ready this year?
I mean, Josh Heupel has been a breath of fresh air, hasn't he?
18-8 in his last two seasons.
I mean, 18-8 with an 11-2
record last year.
And we beat Florida, which we hate. We beat Alabama, which we hate. We beat Clemson, which we loathe pretty well. So, man, we beat three of the teams that I despise the most in 1 year. I'm high cotton, man. I'm loving me some Heupel. I might name my next kid Heupel, even though I'm never going to have another kid. My next kid might be Heupel. Heupel Lehman.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, we are seriously loving us some Heupel.
How do you think Joey Halzle will take over for the offense?
Yeah, we do love our offensive coordinator. He left us and went
Alex
down.
Golesh.
Yeah, Golesh.
Went to USF.
He went down to USF, and I hope that he turns that around and has just a fantastic career down at UCF.
He'll have the same offense that Heupel has.
Mm-hmm. So I wish him all the luck down there. And we did have an in-house. That's another thing I love about Heupel. Why bring in somebody when you've got somebody there that can do the job? So
Joey Halzle.
We brought up Joey. And honestly, I think he's going to be fantastic. He was a wide receivers coach, correct? Am I correct?
Quarterback coach.
The quarterback coach. He was the quarterback coach. So I think he's really, I mean, he was already in the system. He was already seeing the system. He was already coaching in the system. He knows the system. I really think he's going to be very well at it. And Heupel has his hand inside that offensive system anyways. So they're going to be working sort of hand in hand on it anyways.
Now, we'll also be talking about, this is the one I have the most questions for, the defensive coordinator, Tim Banks. How do you think he'll do?
Honestly, I think he's going to do better this year. Throughout the end of the season last year, the team got better and better and better. And their defense in that Clemson game, it wasn't perfect, but man.
They had some highlight plays.
We sort of beat that little up and rising quarterback to death.
Sort of.
His jersey was not clean, let's just put it that way. By the end of the game, there were some stains on that jersey of that quarterback. So I think we finished strong. I think we've picked up a lot of good players to help on defense. The only questions I have is we need more sacks. Last year we were 80th in sacks, so we need some more sacks. And we need a little bit better secondary play. We had a lot of shifting, a lot of players coming in and out on the.
No stability.
There wasn't a lot of stability. There was there was one DB player that was there the whole year, solid the whole year. But we need somebody to jump up right next to him and say, "All right, buddy, me and you out here. Let's go. Let's get." That's sort of what we need there. And honestly, we've had some good young talent to come in, and I'm sure we had some good young talent that was there stepping up too. We've heard good stuff throughout the start of preseason here. So I'm really hoping that they're going to need some more pressure on the quarterback. That's the point that we need. Byron Young was fantastic, man. Wasn't he a fantastic player?
Off the edge, yeah, but you don't have him this year.
No, we don't have him this year. So there's a few new people going to have to step up inside the system to fill some open holes. But I still really do have confidence that that Banks can do it.
This is really, I feel like, his must-do year.
Yeah, I think this is the year that he needs to show what his talents are as a coach. Yeah, come in and really take it by and go with it.
Because last year people were calling for his head at one point, but
he finished strong. He finished strong
at the end of Clemson.
He had I think he had some dissension. I don't know if this was true or not. Just a little gut feeling inside me. Inside some of the players I think he had some problems with some of the players. And then, but the team he finished with at the end of the year, the Clemson team played like a unit. They played like a complete unit, and I think that's coaching. So they went in there and they looked fantastic in that Clemson game. They covered well. They eat the quarterback alive. They eat that poor kid alive. It's a good learning experience for him, but man, he got eat up. So I really think they'll transition that, and Tennessee's defense will be vastly improved this year. I do.
Another point that we must discuss is quarterback play.
Quarterback play. I think that we have the most talented quarterback in the country, bar none. He has got, first of all, he can do a backflip. I mean, he's athletic. He's the size of a linebacker. He's athletic. He's huge, tall, big. You know, you ain't gonna arm tackle him down. You ain't gonna get a sack just by touching him, because he's a huge guy. He's got the best arm probably that I've ever seen on a quarterback. I went back and watched some of that Clemson game, and that pass he made to Squirrel White, I think it maybe right before the second or third touchdown, and where Squirrel White caught it and landed on like the 1 yard line with it. That was a 57-yard pass. And you don't pay attention, but he threw it from the 40-yard line. The opposing 40-yard line, not his own 40, the opposing 40-yard line. And he landed on the 3-yard line. And he just flicked it. He flicked it 57 yards. And I was thinking, you just don't think about it until you go back and actually pay attention to what the man did. He's got a cannon. He can throw, rumored 93 yards, I think is what's rumored out there now. He threw 80 yards from corner to corner, just goofing around with the Manning Academy down there. So he's got the most talent, I think, of any. I think he should be the Heisman front runner easily. The only thing that I hope he's worked on is trying to avoid some of the sacks. Don't hold on to the ball and make quick decisions. Make the quick decisions, because the SEC defense is tough. It's tough to do. So we hope that he makes quick decisions, avoids some of the sacks, and other than that, be accurate with his passes, which he was very, very accurate the last 2 or 3 games that he played. He only had 1 overthrow in the Clemson game, the entire game. So if you do that the entire game, and you've got his strength, his arm,
you'll get the job done.
You're going to get some jobs done. So
now,
I really think, man.
With Nico, how do we handle that situation with him?
Nico it may be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes from what some of the coaches and the other teammates are saying.
That's a lot of high expectations.
I know that is a lot of high expectations, but the boy is good, or the young man. Let's put it this way: the young man is good. I personally hope that Joe Milton is so good he has to stand back and watch Joe play all year. That's what I hope. I really love Joe Milton, and I hope he does fantastic. Him and Hooker had such a good relationship. I hope that Joe Milton barnstorms it, wins the Heisman, goes first in the draft, and go Joe Milton. But if something does happen, injury-wise, whatever, we don't want any of that to happen. We pray that doesn't happen. But Nico is fabulous. I mean, you can't ask for a better backup right now, to be honest. On most teams, he would be starting. He's got that much talent, even as a freshman.
Who is that player that is coming up this year that has going to have a breakout?
Brew McCoy. I love me some Brew McCoy. He's got the body of a linebacker and the hands of a wide receiver. What the flip? Now, let me look. That's it. Let me look at Brew McCoy here. His actual. Let me see. I was looking at him just a second ago. There he is. 6'3", 221. That's a linebacker, dude. He's a linebacker playing wide receiver. I think, honestly, he might be in that slot. There's no safety going to tackle him. He's going to eat the safeties for lunch. So you're going to have to put a linebacker. He's too fast for the linebackers. So what are you going to do? Linebackers can't catch him. Safeties he'll kill. What do you do with Brew McCoy? You've got Squirrel on the outside. You got the transfer Dante. We'll talk about him here in just a second. You got Dante in there. You've got, I mean, who all? They got so much talent on. Keaton, Ramel Keaton. They got Ramel Keaton. They got Ramel Keaton coming in. I mean, he was there. He was fantastic, like last year. You got Leacock. Leacock looked really good.
Plus, you've got a good stable of running back play.
Oh my goodness, they got more good running backs than you can think about. So Brew McCoy, it's going to be hard with Keaton and Squirrel White and Dante, and you got Brew. Who's going to cover Brew McCoy?
I don't think some elite defensive line.
I don't think most teams are going to be able to cover Brew McCoy.
You'd have to have the most elite secondary or the most standout defensive line.
My pick, and I'll say it right now before the season even starts, Brew McCoy is going to be in the NFL next year. I don't think there's any doubt about it. At least in my book, Brew McCoy is a monster. He's uncoverable. He's big. He's got one more year in this system. He's going to have, I think he has the monster breakout season this year. I got the man crush on Brew McCoy. I really think he's going to be might be the star of the team this year as far as the offense goes. I just got a good feeling about him. Yeah, you were talking about running backs. Well, let's give a little love to the tight end first. Jacob Warren is one of my favorite players on the team too. I love Jacob Warren. We got a chance to meet him there once.
He's probably going to be used as a fullback too.
Yeah,
because it's a very untraditional offense.
It is a very untraditional offense. I really like him. We've got a bunch of good tight ends too.
I mean, when you run the RPO with a lot of vertical routes, that's basically one of the summarizations of his offense.
It is, yeah.
It shows. It can really test the ability for a wide receiver to really beat a DB off the ball.
Yeah. So I think Warren will have a big part in it. Brew McCoy, of course, I love Squirrel White. We have to talk. We need to talk about Dante for a minute. He has come in. He's 6'5", 205.
He got him from a transfer from Oregon.
He came over from Oregon, and from what we've been seeing on film, he is incredible. He's athletic.
You can't have enough depth these days.
No, and honestly, Dante coming in and again going out there with Keaton and Squirrel and Brew and Warren. Man, you're going to have so many weapons out there at the field at one time. I really think that this offense is going to click. It's going to be they all seem to have fun. That's one thing. The chemistry seems to really at Tennessee right now. Tennessee seems to have chemistry across the board. They're having fun. They're having fun playing. We'll jump on over to the running backs because I think Tennessee is a run first offense.
That's why I said RPO.
Yeah, run, pass, option. We run first. We run more than we pass, even though we throw 40, 50, 60-yard bombs. Those bombs come off of us running. We run the ball.
And then play action off. How many times have we said run and then play action off? And it's worked.
It works. Heupel spreads the offense, which I love. Make the field as wide. Make the people cover. I mean, why even have the field on the sides if you're not going to play football in those spots? make the defense get out there and cover somebody. I think that's fabulous. But we got our running backs coming back. Of course, Jabari Small. He's a monster.
And then we got Dylan Sampson.
He turned it up towards the last year. He turned it up some. He had some fantastic games.
And then Jalen Wright also as well.
Jalen Wright is. I mean, think about those three running backs.
That's a stable. That is a bull house, if you know what I mean.
They've got a bunch. They've got a bunch more running backs too. But those three guys right there, Jalen Wright. Really looks like a monster. Oh, they all do.
He broke off good runs against Clemson too in that game.
Yeah, really. He broke out one way down through there. But yeah, I'm really thinking Tennessee's offense is phenomenal this year. I think you got those 3 running backs. You've got probably 4 wide receivers, 2 good tight ends, the quarterback, our offensive line. While we had an offensive lineman on the pre-SEC, I mean, we've got some really good we've got some really good talent on there. So I really think Tennessee's offense is going to be really, really good. Again, we're looking for the defense
to boost its play.
To boost its play a little bit. But we've got some really good. I think Caleb Herring and Hobbs are going to be some big names this year. But we've got some good.
Get some extended play for that defensive line.
Yeah. And again, it's harder on the defense because our offense is on the field for such a small amount. Our offense is so explosive, the defense has to really cover that. You wanna go through Tennessee's games just
yes.
Real quick, and we'll see what we think.
All the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, the first game is Virginia at Tennessee. It's at a neutral site in Nashville. We will be there for that game. We were not going to miss that game. Tennessee is favored by 28. Virginia's not very good at football right now. They can win some basketball games. They're not going to win any They're not going to beat Tennessee in football. So I think Tennessee takes that one really easy. And then we got Austin P. We should win.
Which should be a gimme.
We should win that one pretty easy. We should have 2 games there starting out to win, get some momentum going. And then our third game is Tennessee at Florida.
Traditional rival.
I think Tennessee wins that game too, just
Even
because
though it's at the Swamp, and the Swamp is not easy to play in. But
yeah, Tennessee's momentum's up here, Florida's momentum's down here. I think it's just a bad timing for Florida. They just don't have the team right now that they normally have. So I think Tennessee wins. And then we got University of Texas San Antonio, UTSA. They are a good team. They might be
a sneaky.
The best team out of those 4 secretly. That's not a bad team. UTSA is not a bad team.
They won 12 games last year, or 11 games, so they're not a pushover.
They are not a pushover. But again, I think Tennessee's talent overwhelms that one. Maybe close through the first quarter, but after that, Tennessee pulls away.
They should be 4-0 coming into this game with South Carolina.
Coming into what this will be Tennessee's revenge game.
Mark it on the calendar kind of game.
South Carolina coming to Tennessee. I think Tennessee beats them by 20 plus points. I mean, I think this is okay. I'll give you last year. Now let's see what we can do. If Tennessee don't put up 60, I will be surprised. Beating the doors off of them. And then we got Texas A&M coming to Tennessee.
That is a trap.
That is a trap game. I'm still going to pick Tennessee just because of talent-wise. At that point, Tennessee should be rolling. Texas A&M may be rolling too. We may have a top 25 matchup in this one.
And have College Game Day completely cover Knoxville.
Yeah. We'll have Tennessee at Alabama. This is the one game.
A traditional rivalry, the 3rd Saturday in October.
I will probably pick Alabama in this one just because.
Nick Saban's got
that's Alabama's revenge game. I mean, we smoked some cigars on them last year, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cigars.
And a lot of smoke.
A lot of smoke last year. So we would probably have to lean towards Alabama in that one. We got Tennessee at Kentucky.
Kentucky's not bad at all, but I feel like we have
talent. Again, our talent wins out that
scheming.
One. And then we got UConn at Tennessee. That should be a gimme.
Excellent basketball program, but football is not their strong suit.
No, so we've got Tennessee in that one. We got Tennessee at Missouri. That should be a Tennessee win. Not much of a challenge on that
has really
one.
given them fits. I mean, they scored like 60 points in each of the last 2 games against Missouri.
And then we got Georgia at Tennessee.
That is
I love it. I love it being the second to the end. Those are going to be the teams are what they are at that point. You're going to get the best Tennessee team at that point against the best Georgia team at that point. I still got to pick Georgia. Until we beat Georgia, we got to pick Georgia. Although I wouldn't be surprised. The line on that right now is only 8. It may change throughout the season, but. And then lastly, we got Vandy at Tennessee. Tennessee should win that one pretty easy. So again, we've got Tennessee going with only 2 losses.
10-2 record.
10-2 going into a bowl game, which we can't pick, but we'll say they win it. We got to have another 11-2 season. So Heupel's second year, 11-2. Heupel's third year,
11-2 prediction.
11-2 is what we're shooting at right now. So we think
Either
it's
that or
good.
9-3.
9-3. There could be a trip up. A&M is a trip game, depending on how good they are. I'm not going to pick us against anybody else, but maybe A&M. A&M may be a trap game. Playing in Florida is always hard. The third season of the third game of the year, but I think at that point again, I think Heupel's going to be trying to prove himself. I don't think we lose South Carolina. I don't think we lose Florida. A&M possibilities. But anyways, that is our Tennessee football for this season. We are super excited. We love our football team. We've met a lot of the players. We've met a lot of the players, and they all seem to be just great guys. And we're really thankful to have Heupel there and all the players we got right now, because it's just fun. It's just so much fun. Anyways, we hope you liked the video. Leave us a little comment what you think. Share, tell everybody, tell your friends about us. Again, Austin Weekend Experience Experiment is going to be on Severe.tv on the TV shows.
One of their exclusive network.
Yeah, so be sure and check us out. Other than that, we will see you next time. See you next
Time.
See you next time.
I almost forgot that role.
I almost forgot that too.